Australian music's being celebrated tonight at the annual ARIA Awards in Sydney. But the industry's been facing some major challenges in recent years. Plummeting CD sales, the demise of the live band scene and online piracy have all hit hard. At the same time, new ways of listening to music through streaming on the internet are growing in popularity. But as Untitled Chapter reports, while it's paradise for listeners, it's polarised artists.
It's ARIA Night, the culmination of a week of events celebrating Australian music.
Take out my heartstrings, baby, while I think so me alive.
This event at Sydney's King's Cross was designed to encourage venues to program more live music.
When I'm feeling no good.
It's one way an artist can make a buck from their tunes, at a time when music lovers can pretty much listen to whatever they want for free. Where do you get your music from these days?
The internet.
SoundCloud, I guess, or YouTube.
Spotify. I'd say the last 50 albums I've got are all illegal.
Thanks for supporting this. This is really awesome.
The music industry is changing, and not everyone's happy.
They will physically get angry at you for asking you to buy an album for a tenner, which will last a lifetime, and might even tell you something about yourself, and might even change your life.
There are more than 35 digital music services available in Australia right now.
It's hard for anybody to make money from music nowadays. And I think that the main difference for me between album 1 and album 2 was the incredible astronomical rise of streaming.
My heart is a lonely hunter. My heart is a lonely wanderer.
It costs $14.99 to download Megan Washington's latest album from iTunes. But on streaming services like Spotify, fans can access her whole catalogue, plus over 30 million other songs, for free if they can tolerate the ads, or if they can't, it's $12 a month.
First came vinyl.
The cassette tape.
The compact disc.
The MP3 player.
Which brings us to the present day.
Introducing Spotify.
Spotify is the world's largest streaming service with over 50 million users worldwide, 12.5 million who are paid up. You're not paying to own songs or albums, you're paying to access their catalogue whenever and wherever you want.
Instant, simple and free.
Why do you like those services?
Because they're easy to access and most of the time they're free.
While most consumers are stoked, streaming has polarised the music industry.
So many of those major streaming services out there are just about themselves. Do you know what I mean? They're corporations and a bunch of techies running stuff that are not even thinking about the musos.
I say I'm too late. Got nothing in my brain.
US pop star Taylor Swift recently pulled all her music from Spotify, believing that free streaming devalues her art. She hoped her fans would stick by her.
What you did by going out and investing in music and albums is you're saying that you believe in the same thing that I believe in.
The risk paid off. Her record 1989 became the first album to go platinum in 2014, selling nearly 1.3 million copies in its first week. While streaming services do pay artists, it's not much. Former Triple J Unearthed winner Abby Cardwell recently shared on Facebook the measly return she received from 1,000 plays of her songs. They range from seemingly nothing from services like Rdio to $11.05 on Google Play. Xbox Music was the most generous with $53.33, and Spotify paid only $5.44.
We try to compete directly with piracy. That is who we're here to combat. Each and every month we pull together all of that advertising revenue and we pay out 70% of all of that revenue to rights holders. So that includes labels, aggregators and publishers, those bodies that actively represent artists all over Australia.
Artists like ARIA award winner Megan Washington can see the benefits of streaming.
For one, I mean, it provides a really up-to-date and accurate tracking system of who is listening to what and where they are. And that's a huge asset for artists. I mean, it's incredibly, like that is pretty much like a treasure map of like where to tour.
There are some artists at the top end of the spectrum who can actually make some significant revenue, but for the artists at the lower end of the spectrum, it's really about that exposure.
Artists are turning to other ways to earn a living.
I think we just have to find ways to adapt, and I think that it puts a lot more emphasis on live shows.
You see people talking about their merchandise, which has always been a part of the mix, but some of these other areas, are becoming more important. And we sort of hear artists sort of say from time to time, we didn't necessarily go into this to sell T-shirts.
And while CD sales are in decline, records are making a comeback. In Australia last year, vinyl sales increased by nearly 80%.
I think that's a personal taste, to be honest. I think there are still people that love to put on a record. You can find it however you want to consume your music.
Take up my heartstrings, play me while laughing, show me the
You know, the younger generation of kids, if you say to them, should an artist, receive payment for their work? Everyone says, hell yeah, absolutely, they should be paid. So that we get a lot of hope from that people sort of do see that there's an intrinsic value in what an artist is doing.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
The next chapter reporting.